There's one commonality, and that's small schools, when they go on these recruiting trips, they have to outwork, out hustle, out grind, out strategize other Power 5 schools, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, you name it, Pac 12, because it's a game within the game. Now, there's already a disadvantage with funding, but Coach Prime keeps it real about how they approach smaller schools. And high school coaches, not all, because I respect a lot of you, stop playing these games. All Coach Prime is asking for is fairness. He's not begging for fairness, he's demanding fairness. And he has a point. But here's what he says, and then I'll chime in.
Parents, I don't know whether to talk to you or the high school coaches, so I will address y'all both, because this is what the high school coaches are doing. Parents, when we roll up on campus, I'm talking about HBCUs or FCS schools, the coaches kind of treat us a little funny acting, because you like separate the kids. Oh, here go little Tommy over here. Yeah, he good. He be a good player for you. What you mean for me? What about Big Ricky over there? Oh no, he's going Power 5. And give us the same opportunity you give others, high school coaches. But last time telling you, I got to call you out next time. God bless.
What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Please like and share this video. Peace and blessings, peace and love to everyone that's listening. I'm glad we're going to talk about this subject because it's very important. There's a lot of great FCS coaches. Matt Entz of North Dakota State, you know what they've been doing? They've been winning. Now, some people say they need to be in the FBS, but that's a different topic for a different day. Coach Prime, you see how he's changing the game for HBCUs, and he's just getting started. Coach Keeler of Sam Houston State, they're about to be FCS. Then you have Hugh Jackson of Grambling State. He's recruiting at a high level and bringing excitement to the G. And many more. But when it comes to recruiting, it's a game within the game. Y'all know what it is. They go on these, and when I say they, these FCS coaches, they go on these recruiting trips. And usually a high school coach will have a special bond with Power 5 schools. So instead of showing them the full roster of their high school, they only give them the lower level players. No offense. They'll point out somebody, let's say there's an offensive lineman that's 6'1", 260, and then show him around with the D2, FCS, and etc. and say, hey, we got that player. He could provide some winning for you, be a good fit for you. But you have those dogs that are going D1 on the other side. And you're telling these FCS coaches and some below level D1 teams, you're telling them, hey, they're not interested. Even without speaking to the young athletes, they'll tell the coaches they're not interested. But But we do have these other players. It's about respect at the end of the day. Now, not all high school coaches do this, but some do. I'm going to tell you a little story. My brother had a unique situation. Living in Texas, there's this thing called a UIL. And since our parents moved and my brother had to play at different schools, they had my brother sit out his junior year. To all my athletes that are listening, when you miss your junior year, you all know it's tough. It's tough to get signed to a college. It was a miracle for my brother to sign with a D1 program, but it was not easy. So my brother was doing a recruiting process, trying to set up visits and everything. And we see all these other colleges that my brother could go to. And the head coach and the recruiting coordinator, really just the recruiting coordinator, is talking with my brother. And my brother's like, I just need some more options, more offers so I can make a decision. He has good stats. He's a 6-foot corner. He ran a good 40 time, good vertical. And the head coach, as well as recruiting coordinators, telling my brother, we have these schools set for you that are planning an offer. But here's the catch. They told my bro that it was important for him to commit early, because if he didn't commit, they'll give another scholarship to someone else, putting the pressure on him. Instead of letting him stack up on offers to make the best decision for him. It's a dark side in this recruiting game. It is a dark side in this recruiting game, and I'm glad Coach Prime spoke up about it, because someone had to say it. You see people in the comment section talking about, well, our high school don't do this, our high school don't do that. But what's that saying go? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. We know there's good coaches, great coaches who respect the grind of college coaches. We get that. But I'm tired of seeing high school coaches, some of them, withholding offers or setting an ultimatum. Well, these are the scholarships, or these are the colleges we have set for you, because they got a special relationship with their friends, the whole 9 yards. And parents, please stop telling your kids, we're only going to settle for this. This is not the time to be settling for offers of making ultimatums. I'm going to tell you why. The transfer portal is making it very tough for high school players. And you have some parents telling college coaches, not college, but high school coaches, well, don't have my son go to a FCS. If an FCS wants to talk to my son, tell them they're not interested, without even having them have a conversation with your kid. They do it with D2. Sorry, my son is not interested in Division II. Make sure to let the college coaches know that he doesn't want to talk to him. You guys will be surprised to see that happen. It happens all the time. Offers are a blessing to have if you're playing sports, no matter what level it is. And today's parents got to operate reality. And you got to be thankful for an offer. Because a decade ago, when an athlete would just shun the offer from Division II, Division III, FCS, you name it, look on social media. Whether they have FBS offers or what, when they get an FCS offer, now they're shouting it out. Now they're saying how blessed it is. because the transfer portal has forced their hand. You can't put down an offer in today's time, because if you do that, all the university could do is go on a transfer portal and find their needs there. They'll say, okay, you don't want to commit to us or show interest. That's fine. We'll go on the transfer portal. That's what's happening now. That's the new reality. So parents, high school coaches, please guide your children right. And I know they're young men now, but still, they're your children. You gotta guide them. Don't be influenced by the clout. The clout can only take you so far. Eventually, you're gonna have to start performing. Because when you get to college, all that star bullshit, that's out the window. When you step on that field or on that court or whatever sport you play, that's when the real games begin. But thankful for a lot of coaches speaking up. Thankful for Coach Prime doing that. One thing I respect about Coach Prime, he doesn't sugarcoat. He's going to tell you how he feels. And he doesn't backtrack a lot. He says what he says, and it is what it is. And I respect that. There's too many yes men. There's too many folks shucking and jiving, trying to fit in. And Coach Prime is himself. He's authentic. Whether you agree with him or disagree with him, you know he's going to be Prime. And I'd rather have people be like that than those who are quiet when the fuckery's happening. Excuse my language. But shout out to all the FCS coaches, smaller FBS coaches, SWAC, MEAC. And speaking of the SWAC, I hope it's the best conference in the FCS. Yes, I said it. Will it happen next year? We'll see. But I have faith in the coaches. I have faith in Coach Jackson, Willie Simmons, Alcorn State, Coach McNair, Fred McNair, that is. Eddie Robinson Jr., many more coaches. Coach Dooley of Southern, who I believe is going to have a surprise team in the SWAC. Coach Buddy Pugh of the MEAC. Coach Dancy of Mississippi Valley. Can't forget that brother. Cannot forget that brother. And I will go on and on and on, but it will take me all day. This is an exciting time for football. The playing field is getting leveled each year, each time. So high school coaches, it's a new day and time. You better get with the program. That's all I have to say. This is RawTruth Media, and I'm out.